Hi. So today we'll be looking at a game wherein we are going to compete with AI. This is going to be a snake game. You must have played this particular game in your mobile devices where a snake follows a particular route to grab a food and then it keeps moving around and you control it through the controls. So we are going to code it in a way, or we are going to let AI code it in a way wherein we compete against AI. We are then going to maybe feed it different levels and we see how it goes from there. And ultimately we'll give it rules which are common to both AI as well as a human, as in me, and then I'll try to outsmart it. So let's look at this particular thing, and it is going to be a bit different than the other videos that we have seen. So we are going to now prompt it directly in Grok, and we are not going to copy it from anywhere, or we are not going to look at the steps. So we are going to create it in real time while on this particular video. So I'll start now. So the first rule is that this game is created in HTML. This is basically following what we have always done. Uh, Now feeding in the basic rules. So the snake has a head and a body. Then so the size of the body increases by 1 every time it uh, eats a food. Food is a single unit but is a group of visible pixels on screen, and we'll let AI imagine it and build it however it wants, right? Add an opponent that is competing with me for the same food, and the aim is to become the largest. There will be 10, or make it 15 rounds of eating or grabbing the food first, right? So let it be this, and let us see what it comes up with. I also have my Visual Studio Code open here, but we'd actually be able to run it in the preview. I'm also not sure what UI will it come up with because there is no specific prompt that has gone in for the UI. So let's see what it generates. As far as the styling goes, I don't see any styles for the snake itself, but there are styles for how the board where the snakes will move looks like. So that is there. Uh, okay, so the first round is won by opponent. Okay, I need to add a few more prompts here. So uh, I'm not going to add a pause game right now because I would like to code it in real time and I don't want to pause and think, right? So what I'll do is add a few more rules. So adding the next set of rules below. Make sure that the board is vertically and horizontally centrally aligned in the screen, right? That is one. Now the second is going to be start the new round 5 seconds after the first round ends. The arrow keys will be used to control the snake. Arrow keys on the keyboard to control the snake. Yeah, this makes more sense. So we'll update the game. So it says I'll update the snake game. Now it will not try to like code a lot of it again. It will just update it with these particular rules, right? So yeah, let's see what it comes up with. Right. While it is building this particular code, if you haven't checked out my Substack channel yet, I'll put the link in the description again in the video. You can go ahead, check out my Substack channel. If you're getting this particular newsletter in your inbox and you haven't checked out the YouTube channel yet, you can go ahead and do that. So yeah, now it says that it is restarting in these many seconds. And the green one actually. Okay, so the thing is, like, there's an overlap which I'd like to now avoid. Right, so let me like let it play, but yeah, let me just add if opponent wins. So if a head collides with an opponent's body, then the opponent wins. This is one of the rules. The second is add levels to AI or opponent, which is automated, and we add levels of like easy, medium, and difficult. Reduce the speed of snakes by 20%, right? So yeah, also what I don't want to do is to make it pause, right? So, and it shouldn't restart in 3 seconds. So do not show a message after each round. Show the message at the end after 15 rounds are over, right? So let's do this. And we wanted to now probably create a game which might be a bit more in our control. It actually looks for the shortest path, like the opponent always looks for the shortest path to the food item. So because it is calculating it and we are kind of doing it manually, it takes me a bit more time. So if you are too good at it, I think you can look at the initial version where you try to beat it by default. But yeah, now I'm adding different levels of difficulty. Also, I've added this rule, the first rule, wherein I say that a snake's head collide with an opponent's body, the opponent wins. This is kind of a hack wherein if I'm not able to win by default by eating more food elements than AI, then I'd kind of have it collide with the body, right? So if its head collides with my body, then I win. So I'll try that to try and win. Yeah. It is now generating the preview of the game. So it has kind of coded it. Okay, it's still going on. Yeah. Uh, okay, so I'll just add this, end the game when the opponents collide and state who won, then restart in 5 seconds. So let's do this. Because when we are colliding, we are kind of not coming to know who won, right? So yeah, this is something that will help. Before I put this video out, I'm going to refine this game. The final version of the code that you will receive in the newsletter will be a refined one wherein you have better UI elements. You will also have music added in the background. when you win, when you lose. So yeah, I'll add those features so that you can also look at how those features work when you are running it in your own system. uh, I will not directly add the music files, but you can access those music files through a website. I'll add the website link. It is a free for all website, and the music is royalty free, so you can access that and you can use that and even host it online if you want. And this is all open source, like there will not be any claims on this particular thing, so you can run it however you want. There is actually an error that I've received this time, so let me quickly paste that error over here, and it might rework the code, or it will definitely rework the code and try to remove this error, so we let it do that. I hope you have gone to the channel, checked out the earlier videos, the earlier posts that I have pushed, even my notes. So if you're not subscribed to the newsletter yet, go ahead and do that. Let me do one more thing. Before the game starts, add a 5-second count. Right? Let me also add this. Let it build the code, then I'll add this, because it kind of automatically starts right when it has done coding, or it is like done writing this particular thing. So yeah, I'm kind of at a disadvantage there, so I'll put this in so that I'm also ready, and yeah, once the timer runs out, we run it. Okay, so it is now going ahead rewriting the code. You must have seen, like in the recent videos, I'm going for Grok always, because Grok is able to write really complex codes and it is quick. With ChatGPT, with Perplexity, or any other tool that I try, or which are mostly popular among audiences, they don't work really well. I mean, that is what my experience is, right? When it comes to code, or I wouldn't even say that they don't really work well. When I started using Grok, and I have been using Grok for a while, I don't feel the need to go to do those tools again. So Grok is able to do most of the work for me, especially when it is related to coding. So I always use Grok for that. And yeah, it suggests that you also try the same. If you have had better experiences in UI and functionality or anything like that, and you feel that uh, chat gpt, or maybe Meta or any other such tool is better, let me know. We'll try that. So opponent won because I kind of moved my head and like it collided with its body. So again, I think the red. Okay, so the speed is kind of jumping. Make sure that the speed is optimal and same across all rounds. So there is some issue with the speed. After a round ends, the speed kind of increases. So I'll make sure that the speed is always 120 ms. So there are two rules that I added. One is for the game only. There's also an issue that I spotted, that when a round is ending, it is showing the next game starts in 2 seconds, because it is from the earlier code, and then we put in a rule that show the 5-second timer before the next game starts. So they're also colliding. So I'll say that only show the game starts in 5 seconds for the first round, or always show at the end of each round or before a round starts. So yeah, I think this should fix it. These are some of the base rules which are necessary to make it work. Now, whenever I'm writing a post for you guys, or whenever I'm going through the process of creating a game, it is kind of time intensive, resource intensive, in the sense that there is a lot of mind that goes into building nitty gritty of these games, right? So it might look easy, but now imagine that if I'm having so much issue controlling it on a desktop, how will you make it accessible on mobile devices? So there's a lot of work that goes into it, right? uh, but yeah, it is always fun to build these things, and you also get to learn a lot. So imagine that while you're putting in mind to building a game, your cognitive thinking is getting better, and you're kind of understanding concepts better, understanding the controlling part of UI better, or the controlling of AI better. So I think that is what is beneficial here. So keep building new games, and this is not even about games. Keep building whatever you can. Keep AI at the center of it. Ah, okay. Head to head, higher score was AI, so it won. The game speed is still not consistent across rounds, so this is one issue. We'll get to fix it. Head to head collision is a draw. uh, Extend the rounds to maybe 30. The walls are infinite, so if you move across a wall, you appear from the other side, right? These are the rules that we are going to now put in next, and we see how it responds, and it should get better, but it was a bit more playable for this particular round. So yeah, let's see. I hope the next version is a bit more better, is a bit better. Yeah. Again, I'm not adding any comments. I'm not letting it put any comments because I want to go through it very quickly. I know it's already like 17 minutes, I think, into this particular video, but yeah, we are trying to build it as fast as we can, and we are trying to get it into a position where it is more fun to play, because I think because of how it is currently structured, AI looks to be or seems to be at an advantage. Now, if you are a really advanced gamer and you keep playing games, maybe it is easier for you to win here, but it clearly isn't for me. So I'll try to like simmer it down a bit, make sure that it is easier to play for me. Yeah, this looks quite easy now, but it's a draw. Okay. Okay. Ah. I think I'll have to play in the easy difficulty now. So it doesn't follow the shortest path. I mean, it kind of avoids winning, right? Opponent hits L, so it kind of actually lets you win. Maybe switch it to medium difficulty again. I think this is too easy. It says difficult. Okay. Yeah, because we kind of got in the way, so we won. I actually forgot that red dot is what we are going for. Yeah, it won. I kind of hit it. Yeah, so I got in the way and I won. I can try to deliberately win using this trick always, right? So I can probably try to use the trick every time and see if I can win like that. Head to head collision, so it is a tie even though the opponent was winning. Let me do one more thing. I think it will make it easier. So make sure that the food is round, and quick taps on arrow keys are recorded. So if I tap uh, up and right, for example, it moves it accordingly. uh, Quick and successive taps, right? So yeah, let me put this. I've Grammarly installed, so you see that I keep making mistakes in the sentences. It gets highlighted in red and all, right? But AI is able to process all of these things. So it has become a second behavior wherein I don't really go and correct what I wrote as a sentence. I rather look at the output and try to correct the output, because yeah, that is what I want to fix ultimately. It is building the result. It says like it shows a pause button here. I'll wait for a bit. If it does not generate the result, then I'll uh, pause it, and yeah, I'll generate it again. But it is kind of generating it. With the Grok free trial, there is a limited amount of inputs that you can give. So I kind of have multiple accounts for Grok that I've directly logged in through different IDs, and I use that. What I generally do is I kind of copy paste all of the code. I paste it in a new tab. So first I write understand and learn. I paste this particular code. Goes through the particular code. It is able to understand it, and then I put in additional rules for it to add. So that is how I build on top of it in case the chat starts to, how I like to say it is, if it starts misbehaving and does not respond the right way, don't get agitated. AI, building with AI takes a lot of time, right? But yeah, eventually you will make something good, and you can keep making it better. So that is what the channel is also about. Yeah, we wait for it to generate the result, and we see how it goes. Also, let me know in comments how you feel about the channel. If you would like me to cover something in detail or talk about a specific topic, things like that, do let me know. I've been overwhelmed by the kind of responses that I have received. There are a lot of subscriptions that I'm getting on a daily basis. So let me know what your requirements are. With AI specifically, we can cover any of that. Anything that you want, we can cover that in detail and have it as a part of channel. Yeah, we can always do that. So let me know what are you expecting from the channel. Not to get too much into the details, I'd probably cut it at 30 minutes. If this video keeps on getting longer, I'll probably also try to finish it before that. But yeah, I think we are now getting somewhere with this particular game. It When you play it at your end, when I'll put the code in, believe me, it is fun to play. When I'm playing this particular game after the code is generated, it is fun to play. So yeah, I'm just adding a bit of refinements to the overall flow, so it makes it more enjoyable. Then I'll host it over here. So these are the earlier games that we had with the like music and all. So I'll just create a snake game file, and we'll try and use that. When I put the refined version in the newsletter, do go ahead, try that particular game out, because it should be really fun to play. And I'll add in like different sounds. I'll make the UI better. I'll add a dark mode, light mode. I'll put in things like that. So yeah, where am I? Okay, it does that sometimes. So there's no green dot now. Green dot is the opponent, and red dot is the food, right? So let me put this. Yeah, so I'll just wait for it to generate the latest version now. It is a bit off-putting when it does that, because there's you don't really come to know what particular part of the prompt has clashed that has made the code go haywire, right? But if you let it know that this is an issue which has happened, it goes ahead and fixes it automatically. I'm waiting for it to generate the code. Yeah, I think it should be any moment now. If it does not generate the code, we'll just pause it, give it the prompt again, wait for it to generate the result, or we'll refresh the chat. So let me do that. These scenarios is something that you will also face when you get into building through AI. These things will keep happening. So it kind of has the latest input. It is just waiting to generate the result. So we'll wait for it to generate that. If it doesn't, what I'll quickly try is, let me go to grok.com, right? We let it play in the different tab, like we'll let it process or whatever. But what I'll also do is, let me just go through it. Let me pick all that I added, right? And very quickly just put everything in a, yeah, single chat, right? Because I let it go to the builder mode and have the code added there, I don't really get the HTML, right? Which you generally do. So make sure that you get it to put the code in chat if something like this happens, or you do what I am doing exactly over here, that you put in all the rules collectively and make it follow that. So this is going to be a fun thing. Like we'll just try to see. I'll just add all of it over here and we see what result it generates. So I won't put in the syntax error because I don't want it to make any mistakes. But yeah, I'll just put all of the individual prompts in. When I'm building it, like while I'm putting all the rules on the newsletter, right, I kind of make sure that I copy paste all of these rules, put the final code or the working version for you guys. In case anything that I've put in my newsletter is not working, let me know in the comments, right? And I'll get it to work. So the preview is still generating. I think we still have time. Yeah, let me see. I'll just press enter and I'll let it work. This particular part of code should be ready now. I think because I'm on the free account again, it is taking time to build. So yeah, we just let it build. I just hope the code that has started building later does not start playing earlier. That too better, right? But yeah, I'll just refer to the previous version first because this was the code that we had originally, and this should more be in lines with what we are trying to build. Okay, cool. The speed is quite off in this one. Like it's quite slow in the separate tab. So a simple prompt like make it quicker should work. I think it has also given it eyes, right? Yeah. We might have to go a bit over 30 seconds, like 30 minutes. So yeah, that. Yes, this seems much better now. We'll just have to put that you keep the food as circle and like the snakes as square. So that, but yeah, apart from that, I think it works fine. So I win because it collided. Also, the inputs are now better. So the keyboard is quite friendly when I'm trying to control the keyboard. Like I kind of was able to go to the beat quickly or the food quickly. Okay, so there was a head-on collision there. Maybe add a score after each round. So that is something that I'll put in the final version. Okay, tie because there was a head-on collision. But yeah, now let me try to sabotage it, right? So I just need to increase the length of the snake first, right? And then I'll try to sabotage. Yeah. Okay, so it is nearby. I'll quickly grab it. So I win because it hit me. So this is how this particular version looks like. I'll now refer to this particular code. I'll make it better for you guys. And yeah, that should be it for the video. This was a fun exercise. I hope you liked it too. It might be a bit boring to look at, but when you actually play it, it should be better. And I'll create a better version of the game for you guys. Thank you so much for your time.